So we are back with another episode of the Trade Secrets, and today we are live from the masterclass, and I have to my left Mark from Leighton Fencing and Phil from TKO. So gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Good to be
here. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. Mark, tell us about your business. Tell us about yourself.
So I own Leighton Fencing. We're based in around Leighton, but we cover all of East London, moved into Essex, do a bit of North London. Everything fencing related, but we do a bit of landscaping, into garden rooms, especially getting into with shade soon.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we do all the basic stuff, you know, the concrete posts, gravel balls, feather edge. But a few years back, we moved into specialising with Jackson's.
Brilliant.
We've got a good partnership going, and this year we won Install of the Year.
Congratulations.
So we're the current Installer of the Year, yeah. So that was a nice thing to win.
Fantastic.
Out of about 250 to 400 installers nationwide.
Wow.
But I'm also here we're launching a new business on the lead generation side.
Yeah.
And I'm going to predominantly try and work with the guys in Jackson's because I've got basically a workforce that's nationwide.
Yeah.
So
and how much positive impact has Jackson's Installer of the Year had for the business? Does it help win more business?
Yeah, it's really good. We do a lot of Jackson's work anyway. We're sort of in the top 3 in the country in terms of the levels of the work we do.
Yeah. And do you get referrals from them?
Yeah, we get a few referrals, but they tend to give it to the people who need it more. Whereas I generate probably 99% of what we do, I self-generate.
Fantastic.
But we specialise in that more and more, and especially as now they've just brought out the solar fence panel.
Wow.
Which is another reason for being here.
Nice.
Which we're going to try and introduce soon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So,
good man.
That's the next stage.
Excellent. And Phil, what do you do, champ?
I run a kitchen and construction company, from design straight through to install, through to completion.
Beautiful.
Over in the Manchester area.
Yep. And how's that going for you?
Yeah,
how long have you been doing it?
The construction game I've been in since I was a kid. I've been brought up in it.
Yeah.
Thought we were doing really well until we come here and we started going through numbers. And in terms of the kitchen business, I've just recently bought into it.
Yeah.
Been going about 3 months.
Yeah.
Probably doing 2 kitchens a month at the moment.
Yeah.
Average order value of around 18k.
Nice.
It's good, yeah. What I'll be looking at 5 or 6 kitchens a month by this time next year.
Yeah. Beautiful. Excellent. And have you got a competitor in the market that you're chasing?
Well, you've got the big sheds. You've obviously got the likes of Howdens and Wren and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The customer service isn't there with them.
Yeah.
I want to be on point. You've got to look after the customers, and we've got to be there and turn around and deliver great products, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what we intend to do.
Fantastic. And Mark, what's been your biggest... How long have you been in business now?
I've been running this business for someone else and then myself for 20 years, but I've been the outright owner for the last 7 years.
Nice. And what's been your biggest challenge in business?
Being a busy fool, basically, running around. I've always been the salesman, basically. So I've been doing 4 to 8 leads a day, selling in the house and not having time to do all of them, so working out quotes of a night at home. And I've tried a few times to replace myself, and I've not managed it yet. And that's the biggest challenge for me, is doing that.
And why do you think that is? I've
tried it a couple of times. Mark. Basically, that's what it feels like. But I need a little bit more trust in some people, I think, as well. And just go with it. Let it run and make it work. Basically.
And when you get someone in, what's your biggest challenge with hiring? Is it micromanagement? I mean, you said you've got a lack of trust. Is it a lack of system, process?
In an ideal world, we start off with someone who can install fences. So they know the business. When you're going out trying to sell, it helps, obviously, if you know what you're doing. But it's hard to find decent people who want to work hard like that, especially out in all weathers. And then for them to be around long enough to promote from within, so you've got the right person. It's proving tough, but we'll get there. I've got someone in mind at the moment, who come out on a day out with me selling, and ironically, I went to 4 leads and sold 6 jobs. So that worked out really well. So he was quite impressed, and we talked to commission and stuff. So it might work out. So I'm hoping he's going to come in and replace me.
Excellent.
So I can concentrate on the new one. Basically.
And it's always a big challenge, isn't it, hiring people and getting them to stick with it.
It's always been hard. Up until the last few years when we had to move we moved from Leighton to Faden Boys.
Yeah.
And we had brilliant staff retention for like 15 years. And we lost a few people with the travelling and just general people getting older. And so, we're sort of going through a process of getting new installers now. Yeah. So,
fantastic.
But coming in, I feel more confident in being able to sort it out now.
Good. Excellent. Fantastic. And what's been your biggest takeaway?
From here?
Yeah.
I had lots of other ideas, and I've sat on them for probably the last 18 months.
Yeah.
But since I've come here, it's given me the confidence to do it.
Good.
Hence, we've launched a new business, and I've already got 2 more strands that are ready to scale nationwide, but I'm holding them back till I concentrate on the first one. Yeah. Because they'll be tied with it. Yeah. And then I think instead of having 2 businesses with 7 figures, I'd like 4. Yeah. So, and I think you're the man to show me.
Excellent. So, fantastic.
Hopefully.
And Phil, what's been your biggest takeaway so far, buddy?
Relearning everything that I thought I knew in business. Yeah. It became quite apparent very quickly that I've been a busy fool. Yeah. Never understood my numbers. Profit and loss, never seen one of them up until recently. Found out it was quite a loss more than profit, just because I've had the nice things in my life. Yeah. They've not all been accountable for. Yeah. And just rather than sitting in my comfort zone, getting out of it, because as long as you're sat in your comfort zone, you ain't going to be growing. So that's why I'm sat here right now, pushing myself well out of my comfort zone. Yeah, fantastic, good stuff. Well done for coming onto the podcast. No, appreciate it. Thank you.
Doing the training. I think one thing I just want to say about the numbers. I think sometimes we get a shock and surprise when we look at the numbers for the first time.
Definitely.
Yeah? And it's not nice, but it's better than burying our head in the sand. Yeah, and thinking that everything's all good, right? Definitely. So I'd rather know we're about to crash into a mountain than crash into a mountain oblivious to about what's about to happen. And so, at every stage of business growth, your model can either work or it might not work. And and knowing what that looks like and getting ahead of it is what the ultimate goal is.
Of course.
It's first and foremost getting on. For a lot of people, it's getting on top of the numbers and having an understanding. Then it's about getting into a position where you can forecast the numbers, and then you have forecast, and then you have actual, and then you have variance. So you're able to forecast what you think you're going to get. Then when you get to the middle of the month after, you can review your numbers and then you can compare the two. And then you can say, well, we thought we were going to be here. This is where we were. We're either in an upside position or a downside position. But it's those variances that give you the actions to solve. Yeah, and that's what a lot of businesses miss, is they don't have the forecast or the actuals, so they never know whether they're on track or not. And if their margins have got a little bit lighter or their costs have gone up a bit, they don't get the financial information to be able to rein it back in. Yeah. And you do end up winging it in that way. So the best advice we can give each and every one of you listening to this right now is to get that financial discipline and don't avoid it. Even if you think there might be a problem, make sure you get the financial help to be able to get on top of the numbers. Yeah.
Well, forecasting is the next thing for the new business. That's what we're about to do now.
Fantastic.
Now we understand them a lot better.
Yeah, good. Yeah. And that's good for a number of different things. Number one is you want to know whether you're actually making a profit or not. Yeah. And number two is it gives you something to chase.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Like, we've got to keep motivated. I'm coming to business to make money. I'm just not coming to business just because I like to come and work for 18 hours a day. Yeah. I actually do like to work for 18 hours a day, but I like to work and make money. And so that's the motivator, isn't it? For chasing the profit.
One of my other ideas, I do some ecotourism. Yeah. And I like going diving all around the world, swimming with sharks and whales and things. And so I need to fund it.
Nice.
So I can golf for 3 months.
Well, I liked your email that you sent me about the safari park situation.
Yeah, that's an offer that's on the table.
Yeah. And where's that?
South Africa.
Yeah. And have you done one before?
No, I'm supposed to be going next year.
Oh, nice.
My birthday next year. It's right next to Kruger National Park. So
nice.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Nice.
And all the accommodations in tree houses.
Did you ever watch that documentary about those 4 lion brothers? Have you ever seen that?
No.
The 4 lions from Sabi Sands. Yeah, it's about these 4 lion brothers. If you type it into YouTube, they basically all grew up together, these 4 alpha lions, and they just went around just dominating this national park and just killing everything within their path. And then all of a sudden, these other 4 lions come along, and then they destroy this brotherhood pack. And yeah, it's pretty savage, but it's like raw alpha jungle, like alphas v alpha stuff.
Nice.
So if you like that sort of stuff,
well, that's actually that's right next to where the place is.
Yeah,
Sabby Sands.
Next to Sabby Sands. Yeah. So really, really cool stuff. And so what's next for you then, champ?
Just keep plodding on. Aim for some big growth over the next 6 to 8 months. Yeah. And keep coming back.
So if we were sat here this time next year on the podcast, you're doing 2 kitchen installs a month now, what do you want to be doing by that point?
I need to be doing minimum of 5.
Need to be doing minimum of 5?
And
what would your ideal number be? Is it 5 or is it a bit more?
It'd be 8.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah,
8. So 8 times 18,000 would give you 80, give you about 134,000. Yeah, beautiful. Fantastic, knows his numbers. And Mark, if you were sat here in 10 years' time, okay, what do you want to be doing?
I'd be off everything, and I'll just be travelling the world, diving, and with the business running smoothly behind me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, hopefully.
And what's been your scariest moment when you've been diving with the sharks?
When you've got a 15-foot tiger shark coming towards you, and you have to sort of put your hand on his nose and redirect him. Yeah. The first time you do it, that's a bit scary. Yeah. But once you've done it once, you actually want it to happen a few times.
To get the buzz. Yeah.
And watching the feeders spin around. Yeah, that's scuba.
Yeah.
And being in the water with orcas is quite good as well when they're like 5 feet from you.
Yeah. Nice. Wow.
Bearing in mind they're the biggest apex in the water.
Yeah.
So, but I love all that. So
the
more I can do, the better.
Good man. Excellent. All right, gents. Well, thanks for coming on. Yeah, really appreciate you guys being here. And I look forward to catching up with you in 12 months and with you swimming with sharks in the next 10 years. Excellent. Good stuff. Where can we find you, Mark?
At Leighton Fencing on Instagram and Facebook.
Beautiful. And where can we find you, Phil?
Instagram, TKO Kitchens and Construction.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening again. Give them a follow and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you.